The 2012 Ludhiana Christian College and Hospital Study Tour arrived in Delhi on United Airlines Flight number 82 at night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Delhi. The local time is approximately 8:13.
And were soon on their way to the YWCA in downtown New Delhi. After a night of rest, they explored a nearby market area. In the afternoon, they toured some of Delhi's sights, including the place where Gandhi was cremated, Humayun's tomb, India Gate, built by the British as a war memorial, and the Qutub Minar, which was built in the 1200s. Early the next morning found them waiting on the station platform of the New Delhi train station waiting for their train. It was a 4-hour ride on Delhi's premier Shatabdi Express from Delhi to Ludhiana. Breakfast was served en route as fields and towns raced by outside. On Sunday, they worshiped with the medical college students and staff in the college chapel, with the vice principal of the dental school preaching. In the afternoon, they followed the chaplains through the hospital as they stopped in each ward to sing hymns and share the gospel with the mostly non-Christian patients and families. Later in the week, they followed the same chaplains on their daily corridor rounds to a dozen places around the hospital where anxious family members were waiting. At each stop, they wrote down the names of the sick family members and then prayed by name for their healing. Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, Jains, and Christians all bowed their heads and prayed together. The chaplains spend each afternoon meeting and praying with patients individually. Early each morning and each evening, the speakers come alive with daily hymns, scriptures, and prayers broadcast throughout the hospital.
We are clapping together unto Him.
In addition, the chaplains organize morning and evening Bible study and devotions for students and staff. Debbie, from the visiting group, who is also a nurse, shared a devotion with the nursing students and staff during their daily morning devotions. On Tuesday, they rode along with nursing students to the village of Jamalpur, where the nursing students went house to house sharing information about keeping healthy. Using flip charts, they told about healthy diets and how to prevent mosquito-borne diseases like malaria and dengue fever, and just what to do when a family member becomes ill. Returning one day early from a trip in order to meet with them, Dr. Abraham Thomas, director of the Medical College and Hospital, greeted the team in his office. Using the pictures on his wall, he gave a short history of how the medical college had been started and staffed with missionaries as Indian nationals were gradually trained to take over the ministry. Dr. Thomas, a graduate of Ludhiana Medical College, along with directing the affairs of the institution, keeps time open in his busy schedule for seeing patients and performing surgery. He is an internationally renowned surgeon. His performing the first human face and scalp reimplantation is noted as one of the milestones in surgery by the American College of Surgeons. The 9-year-old girl for whom years ago he reattached face and scalp, torn off in a threshing machine accident, now works as a staff nurse in the hospital. Later that evening, Dr. Thomas took the team out to a nice hotel for dinner. Dr. Nita Khan, head of innovation at the Betty Cowan Center for Innovation and Research, gave the group a tour of the research lab and told about some of the cutting-edge research they are doing in the detection and treatment of particularly aggressive brain tumors. Another morning, Dr. Harinder Bedi shared about his Sikh faith. Dr. Bedi is a cardiac surgeon, and with finances from generous donors in the United States, has started his Gift of Life project. Through this project, he performs open-heart surgeries for children with congenital heart defects. The week after the visit with Dr. Beatty, he sent a picture of a happy 6-year-old Pushkar, whose hole in the heart had been repaired, and who will now be able to attend school and live a productive life. Earlier, before the surgery, Pushkar had sat on Sally Marble's lap as Max Marble, executive director of the U.S. board, and Sally visited with children needing the surgery and their parents. At the dental college, Dr. Thomas, principal of the dental college, told about their impressive rural outreach program. They send teams of dentists and dental students out to villages 15 times a month. In the villages, they clean teeth as well as fill cavities, and when necessary, perform extractions. They also provide oral hygiene education. Twice a month, they take impressions and make dentures for elderly patients who no longer have teeth. The Medical College and Hospital was started in 1893 by missionary Edith Brown, who proclaimed that her work was for the King. On the Medical College logo, written in Hindi, are the words gold, frankincense, and myrrh, signifying that everything they do as their gift to Christ the King. With scriptures painted on the hospital walls, and with pictures of Christ throughout the medical college, there is no doubt left in anyone's mind that Christ is the center of this healing ministry. Through the years, generous support from thousands of persons overseas, as well as some large grants of aid, have helped to grow the institution into the fine teaching hospital that it is today. Along with visiting the college and hospital, the group was offered a taste of Punjabi culture. One evening they went to Haveli in the nearby town of Jalandhar, where they were served an elaborate Punjabi party meal. They also saw exhibits depicting traditional Punjabi life and were treated to Punjabi song and dance. Mary, Megan, and Jane rode a camel, one of the animals used for carrying large loads throughout the state of Punjab. In their last night in Ludhiana, they received an opportunity, which for Americans is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. They were invited by Dr. Kunal Jain to his cousin's wedding. They were even invited to join the extended family procession, as with great pomp and ceremony they slowly accompanied the groom on his white horse to meet the bride and her extended family in the wedding palace, for the wedding ceremony which would go on into the wee hours of the morning. Because of the need to arise at 5:30 a.m. to catch their train back to Delhi, the U.S. group left the festivities just before midnight. Back in Delhi, they enjoyed several opportunities to shop for things to take back home. They also visited the huge new Hindu temple complex built within the last 12 years, dedicated to the memory of the Hindu mystic Swami Narayan. In the United States, at IMAX theaters across the country, there is a movie showing called Mystic India, which is about the life of Swami Narayan. The new temple complex includes an IMAX theater where the same movie is shown in Hindi. No trip to India would be complete without a visit to Agra to see the enchanting Taj Mahal. While in Agra, the team visited the ancient capital complex of Fatehpur Sikri, and the Agra fort, but the real treat was seeing one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Taj Mahal, visited by thousands every day. The Taj Mahal was built by Emperor Shah Jahan as a tomb for his beloved wife Mumtaz. Before packing and heading to the airport Sunday evening, the group worshipped at Missionary Methodist Church, which has both English and Hindi services. Following the service, there was a time of fellowship outside the parsonage while the Hindi service got underway. Heading home to the United States, their minds were filled with the sights and sounds of the country that is India, and their visit to the Ludhiana Christian Medical College and Hospital. Started long ago by missionaries to extend the healing touch of Jesus Christ, the ministry continues today as individuals and congregations respond to the call of Christ, who said, "I was sick, and you visited me. For when you did it unto one of the least of these, you did it unto me."
Ludhiana set a standard for our students, a standard of excellence in medicine, of integrity and love of people, sort of like Jesus would have it done. And that's what we tried to show people as we lived and worked in Ludhiana.